All right. Hi, welcome to Blue Group.
I'm Erin,
And I'm Stephanie.
and we are your Blue Group teachers.
I have been teaching at Harvard Park for 12 years. This is my 10th year in Blue Group. Before that, I subbed in the school districts, and for Harvard Park, I have my master's in teaching in elementary ed. When I'm not at Harvard Park, I'm usually at the ice rink with my oldest. He's 11, he plays hockey, and I also have a younger son who is 9.
And this is my 7th year teaching, my 3rd at Harvard Park. I have a stepdaughter who's 13, and when I'm not at Harvard Park, I am probably camping in the woods somewhere off the grid with no contact to the world. So we have some goals that we want to go over with you guys for what we're working on throughout the year with Blue Group. So the first one,
And these are just very broad, so feel free to ask questions later if you have more questions. First and foremost, we work on them being socially and emotionally ready for kindergarten. We feel like that's the most important thing for them, to be able to get along with others, solve problems, use their words, tell people how they're feeling. We have a whole calm down area in the classroom. If you have come into Blue Group at any point during the year, you probably saw it on the wall. It's the safe space. So at the beginning of the year, they learned ways to breathe and other things they can do to calm down, ways that they can tell people how they're feeling, their emotions, different things like that. They're also working on just the normal kindergarten type things like sitting at circles, sitting in their seats at the table. We try to make circle a little bit longer in Blue Group because they will go to kindergarten and have to sit for a more extended period of time. So we feel like that's an important thing for them to know how to do. But social and emotionally being ready for kindergarten is most important. And once they're able to do that, the academics kind of just come later.
another thing that we're going to work on is gaining their independence and their self-help skills. So being able to put their coat on by themselves or putting their shoes on after nap, signing in. When you come into the classroom, you'll see our sign-in sheets, and you'll see that we have first names and last names. And once your child has mastered those, we have started adding other words that have letters that might not be in their name, that they can also practice writing. It also helps with word recognition of everyday words or what we're learning on for that week or time being. We also help them with working on packing up their stuff. So that it's ready to go home, carrying it, because once they are in kindergarten, that is their responsibility, and they will have to get their stuff ready to go on a bus or go outside to be picked up. So those are important skills that they have for moving forward.
And then finally, we want them to be academically ready for kindergarten. We push the social emotional as most important, but we do hit the academics pretty hard in Blue Group as well. Socially and emotionally, we work on that throughout the day, all day long. So during small circle is when we'll hit the academics, like writing, writing their name, writing letters, writing their last names, writing numbers. We practice counting. We are practicing by the end of the year how to add numbers, sometimes how to subtract numbers. We do graphing. We're doing science experiments all year long. So there is a lot of academics that do go on during the school year as well.
With that, we assess them 4 times a year. We use Teaching Strategies Gold to assess them and find out where they're at and how they're progressing throughout the year. There is an app that they have launched that we are trying to get ready for you guys to be able to use to have access to their assessments to see where they're at. And it's supposed to be user friendly, and hopefully that will be available to you guys soon.
And along with TSG, you will get your portfolio at the end of the school year. Most of you have already gotten one from either green or yellow or both throughout your child's career at Harvard Park. Behind us are the skill boards. They're hard to see, and you can't really come into the classroom to look at them, but the work will be rotated out periodically And right
We
now
tried.
we've got a cutting sample and a My Family sample, but their pictures and their work that they do throughout Blue Group will be posted up there. And then at the end of the school year, it comes in one big book and you take it home.
And since you guys couldn't be here for curriculum night, and in the year of COVID, this is what we're doing. We are going to show you some of our centers that we have out in our classroom that we rotate, that help encourage their learning every day. So this one is a language center, and it's probably backwards to you, but it's letters in my name and letters not in my name, and it's a sorting mat, so they're working on sorting. That's first and foremost too. Another thing is that there's letters, lowercase, there's also capital letters. So I don't have an A in my name, so it would go on that side, or a V, and you just sort them, and then once they're done, we kind of go through it and see if they found the letters in their name. So they're learning letter recognition, sorting. They can do their friends' names, their family, anything that would go along with letters.
I just got a couple math centers to show you. We've got these little pumpkin counting cards. So when they're doing this, they're working on their counting and their one-to-one correspondence. They have to keep track of the pumpkins as they count. So once they count 9, they also have to work on their number recognition and pick out the correct number at the bottom. And then finally, they will clip the correct number. So they're working on their fine motor and their hand strength to get the clip open. So that's one of the things they're working on right now that's on the shelf. And we've also got another math center. We've got some graphs. There's actually 3 of them. So they're working on graphing, but they're counting because they have to count how many dogs. And then they're working on holding a pen and their pincher grasp because they have to color in the squares. And then once they're done, they're also working on the concept of more or less. Which one has more, which one has less. I think that's it.
I think that is. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to catch Stephanie and I at drop off or pick up. We're both usually here until late afternoon. And yeah, so thanks for joining us for curriculum night in the year of COVID and how weird this is. But again, feel free to ask us any questions. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.